Clearly, I am not camping, and that's for a few different reasons, but I still wanted to be out in nature. So I am here in the garden, such as it is. It's super hot right now, so the garden's not looking its best, but it still feels naturey. For the record, it is 105 this afternoon. A little cooler in the garden at 103. But I wanted to do a couple of things. First of all, I wanted to show you my new cook system that I got from Stoke. You may have noticed the Joule kettle that I use all the time, same company, and now they have this bigger, more multi-function cook system to try out that's electric. And secondly, I'm going to try some new recipes. You know, I love doing camping recipes, so I'm going to test a couple recipes and see how this thing performs. I am mostly curious to know how much juice is it going to take. So I've got the EcoFlow fully charged up, and we're going to see how it does. First thing, quick overview of this thing. It's 3 parts. So there's the base, or they call it the reactor. And this is it's kind of like my kettle I have at home with this heating thing here, and a dial where you can adjust the heat, which means adjusting the draw. So I am interested to know if a low wattage recipe will work. Now the other parts are a skillet and a pot. So you're probably wondering, how is this a skillet? And that is this handle, which is probably the most badass clampy handle I've ever seen. It's very advanced. So the way I've only used it once. So we need to unlock it. It's got this trigger here. Unlock it. Let's see, clamp it on. Oh man. Press that, and then it clamps again. That's a handle. And of course you can use it on either vessel. Lock. That's pretty badass, I admit. And then release. Very cool. So for the low wattage, I think I'm going to do like a soup, because what's better when it's 105 than a nice hot soup? So we don't need this right now. Now the other main part is hominy. It's just corn that it's been nixtamalized, which means it's been treated with an alkali solution, and that makes it puffy like this. It enhances the flavor, but it also makes it more nutritious because it releases those amino acids, like the B vitamins, so that they can be absorbed by our bodies. So hominy. I drained it, rinsed it, and I just put it back in the can. By the way, highly recommend pet food covers for camping if you don't use whole cans. I have a bunch of these because we have pets. All right, the third major component, in this case for the Rojo, is pork. And I found this dried pulled pork at Sprouts. It's already cooked, shredded pork that has then been dried. Now I know this probably isn't available everywhere. I did find it also on Amazon, and I will link to it in the description. But there are a few substitutions you can try if you can't find this. I have never used this ingredient before, so we are really winging it. And we definitely don't need this part. Interesting. It looks kind of like jerky, but it's pork. I'm going to chuck the whole thing in there. Okay, I have all my main components. Now the real test. Let's turn it on. Okay. Oh, it says this thing is a screen. That's why. This is the first time I've turned it on, so there's no clear like click when it's on or off. So I think it's all electronic. So what happens when you turn the dial? Oh, you hit the button. It's currently at 200 watts. And it is indeed pulling 153. I wanted to add some additional seasonings too. I got some oregano just to add some dimension so it's not just smoky pepper flavor. I did also bring out some chicken bouillon granules if the broth needs a little something something, like salt. You can also just probably put some salt in there. So since everything is cooked, we just need to rehydrate the beef and get it warm. So I'm hoping to only have to run this for half an hour. Still very cold. I'm gonna put the lid on it. Already tastes great though. I am going to let that sit for a while, take my drink and head indoors, and I'll come back out and see how we're doing. All right, so I was inside maybe 5 minutes. I wanted to come out and check on things, and we're actually now down to 88%. It's still only drawing 152 watts, so it's actually less than what it says. It doesn't feel hot, which is cool. Anyway, I wanted to have a peep.
It's looking pretty good.
Oh, it's warm. I would actually say it is edible warm. And what did I say? Maybe 10 minutes total since I started.
Just kind of want to fluff up the meat a little more, I think. Let's see how the homony's doing.
Ooh. Actually, it's pretty similar in flavor to when I make it from scratch. This might be my new favorite hack.
I'm just going to let it go.
So what time is it now? We'll let it go 5 more minutes. So maybe like 15 minutes total. It's going to be way faster than I thought it was going to be. All right. It's now been another 5 minutes or so. So I think we're at 15 minutes and at 83%. So I think we're probably ready. It's spicy, not gonna lie. If you like it less spicy, maybe use less of the canned sauce or more water. But I think we're good to go. So what did I say, 83%, 15 minutes? Not bad. Now this, of course, is great by itself, but you have to have the accessories.
I'm only going to have a little because it's still 100 degrees right now. That looks pretty good. This probably varies, but I have to have the shredded cabbage, which is lightly sort of pickled. All I did was mash this with some salt. Sometimes I add a couple dashes of vinegar. So gotta have the cabbage. Some radishes, like some sliced radishes for sure. A little squeeze of lime. It's already a little sour, but I like sour, so I'll put a little more in there. And some crunchies. I think traditionally it's crunched up tostadas, but then I end up with a huge bag of tostadas. And if I buy just tortilla chips, then I have tortilla chips. One thing that people will probably shout, where's the cilantro? I tell you what cilantro is, not here, and you'll never see cilantro in any of my dishes because I am one of those people who can't stand the stuff. I'm one of the unfortunates that thinks it tastes like soap. So no cilantro, sorry. If you like cilantro, go for it. All right, so let's see how we did. You know, the one thing I did forget is I usually like a little diced avocado too. Totally blanked on the avocado. Let's give it a whirl. Oh yeah, spicy, smoky, salty, sour, all there.
All right, I think I am gonna finish this inside, but we will be back out here tomorrow morning when it's only 90 degrees to use the pan with some high heat, high wattage for breakfast. You just came out here to beg, huh? I almost forgot there's dessert. cut it in half and stacked it so you could see the layers. This is going to be good after that spicy soup.
Pretty good, yeah. It got a little wateriness, but not bad. Definitely good and limey. Kind of a cheesecakey flavor.
Refreshing. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't let it sit more than one night. Nothing like an icebox cake on a hot day. Hey, Philip. I'm just hanging out with the boys. Oh, it is a little after 7 a.m. and a balmy 90 degrees. All right, let's get this party started. This is one of those TikTok hack ones that I'm totally borrowing from. Probably wondering, why did you leave your ice cream out? Well, I intentionally melted it because it is going to be our French toast coating. Now, I've seen everybody use vanilla, which is great. Vanilla's great.
Yeah, but what about churro ice cream?
Because if you think about it, ice cream is, I'm looking right now, cream. Well, this one's sugar. There's eggs, all kinds of stuff. So it's kind of the same thing as what you would dip your bread in for French toast. Are you bird watching? Hi, Philip. It's our dove. Ellie, don't even think about it. See you later, dude.
Oh, yeah. Now, I thought churro would be good because it's cinnamony. This one, I was hoping just for like a cinnamon ice cream, but this one actually has little chunks of churro in it. I'm going to try and just mash them a little bit.
So the camping recipe I've seen, just dip the bread in the ice cream, fry it up, call it a day. Of course, I have to make it fancier. So I am going to make it stuffed with some banana.
It's not super ripe, so I don't think I'm going to get good smashed banana texture. That's pretty good. All right. Yeah, one whole banana fits. Oh, I should also mention this bread is thick cut brioche. This is going to be our stuffing. Okay, so the reason I wanted to do French toast is to try this on a higher wattage. So let's see.
AC power's on. We're starting at 79%. Okay, let's dial it up. Oh, 1,000 watts. All right, I've got it on 1,000 watts. And it's pulling 594. Whew. It is non-stick, but just in case. And yeah, we're at 593, and I can feel some heat coming off of that. So we gotta move fast.
Oh my gosh, can I get it in and out without it falling apart? Oh my God. It's on me, I should have used a bigger container. Oh my God. Not bad. A little uneven.
What are we at? Oh, peek up. 63%. Not too bad. And we're about halfway into the cooking process.
All right, let's see if I can turn it over one more time. We're at 59%. It's only been a couple, there's definitely some uneven heating happening, which is surprising.
Definitely looking good though. Whew, I should have made an iced coffee. 96 degrees now. Well, let's start getting ready. Now I brought some powdered sugar out here, but I think that's going to be really gilding the lily.
So I'm going to use this just purely for aesthetic.
There we go. 57%. But I think we're near the end.
All right, I think I am calling it done. So
What did we come out at? I think it was 55%. Oh, it's paused. Oh, it has a pause function. 56%. So what was that, 20 something? We'll put a little on top too.
it's already so sweet.
This is a dulce de leche that I made a while ago. But you know what also would be good? Cajeta. Or just honey or nothing. And some pecans.
For a little crunchy crunch.
Hey, buddy.
All right, I'm gonna go right across the middle. Oh yeah, that's the beauty shot right there. Ooh. Okay, it was worth the extra effort to put the banana in, and that churro ice cream, given some good cinnamon. You could of course use just vanilla ice cream, add your own cinnamon.
Whew, I did not know what to expect with this one. I really did not. I did not think it was going to turn out, but I'm impressed. Well, I think we are done with this little experiment. So the Nomad cooking system, I think it could totally be a viable option if you are in a situation where you don't want to use or can't use flame-based cooking, whether it's gas or a fire. It really didn't take much. Let's see, we're at 54%, so that was 2 meals. And I did let it run a little extra last night. And this is a 740 watt hour power bank, kind of medium sized. So yeah, and considering last night's dinner was like 4 portions. So if you're a meal prepper, that might be a thing. It's size-wise, it might be a bit much for a solo camper. It does take up a lot of space, but for a couple or a family, totally could see this being a great solution. Yeah, I'm going to keep it and I'm going to try it around a few other things, but yeah, especially if Ames and I start camping together, if we start overlanding together, this could be totally useful. So yeah, it's a neat little unit. We'll see how it does long term, but first impressions,